Today, I'm going to talk to you about kelp forests and why they are the foundation of healthy fisheries. They provide the food and the shelter that's required for all species within, including this species. Including that species, which is urchins. I think we should be ready. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties.
Jessica.
It's going far too fast.
Okay. Give me a moment. Just a moment. Just a little moment. How was your day? Good? I can hear everyone. All right. I think we're back.
What?
Can you help me? There we go. There we go. So we're going to talk about foundation. Kelp forests, they provide the foundation of fisheries, healthy fisheries. They provide food and shelter for everything within, including for urchins. Urchins consume kelp at a voracious pace, and you need predators in order to suppress their populations. Unfortunately, these predators are disappearing due to overfishing and due to relocation. And when predators disappear, you have fisheries that collapse. Now, I want you to take a moment and look at this. This is important because, as you can see, there's no fish as far as the eye can see. When this happens, when fisheries collapse, it impacts food security. It impacts how you generate oxygen along the coast. During our flashpoint experience, we came upon the situation where people are spending money in order to replace predators with alternatives. Some of the predators that they came up with were divers. Divers are highly inefficient. They can be at shallow depths for less than an hour, and they're very expensive, and they can only cover a very small area. There are about 3.3 million acres that are impacted by urchins. These red marks identify those locations. And if you use divers to address this particular scenario, I mean, it's like me trying to clean all the bathrooms in the Bay Area with just a toothbrush, which is gross. And it's not sustainable, and it's not scalable. We're focusing primarily on California and Australia because we have early adopters there that want to deploy capital for early deployments, and we also have strong relationships with regulators. In California and Australia, if you apply divers solely to restore kelp habitats, it would cost $52 billion. Governments care because if fisheries collapse, it impacts food security and they can't feed growing populations. Corporations care because they use kelp biomass as hydrocolloids in their consumer products. So we show up as a artificially intelligent, autonomous underwater predator that we can deploy. When you compare it to divers, it will have these specs. It can deploy for a week instead of hours. It'll be able to go at depths of greater than 120 feet. We can reduce the cost by an order of magnitude, and we can expand the coverage by 2 orders of magnitude. The systems that we're going to incorporate into Marauder 1 is the navigational system. We're going to use vision learning in order to identify the urchins. Also, we're going to use vision learning in order to identify the urchins, but also take account of all the species within the environment. We need systems to acquire the urchins, as well as systems to process the urchins and release non-urchins. My team is, I'm a biochemical engineer from Stanford, got my PhD there. I have experience at 5 other startups, either as an early employee or as a co-founder. Trey is my partner in the back, and he has a PhD from Stanford in mechanical engineering, and he has experience of building robots that mimic animals. We've known each other forever. We went to high school and we're lifelong friends. So we're negotiating 3 pilots currently in Australia and Southern California. We are building the algorithms and the prototype for Marauder 1. We want to test it in early 2019, and we want to deploy it to early customers in the end of 2019. If you are if you are a person that's associated with an organization that want to put capital behind a high-impact technology, global technology like this, we want to connect our people with yours. So please come and talk to us at the end. Thank you.